Well, today we're going to be doing some goth nails, and we are going to be using, I have this on Miss Acrylic's jar because that's the only jar that I had available, but I made this mix literally just now. So I don't even know how it's going to look. We're going to use some black. We're going to use some rhinestones. We're going to use some pretty cool charms. For my new color, I'm going to use me a secret cover golden. This is a pretty good and affordable acrylic, and these are my 4XL stiletto nails. I know it's a bit much for a lot of people. I already put my PLF method, which is I can't find the bottle right now. What's inside this bottle is this, and I bought this from the Dollar Tree. So I purchased this top coat. I emptied the bottle, I cleaned it up, and then I put this in there. But keep in mind that I already have product on my nails, so I let it air dry. I do two coats. After it completely dries, then I go in with a matte top coat. Then I glue my tips with base coat, blend them, and then I put a layer of clear acrylic because I usually bump my nails and I don't want them falling out too soon. Hi Sugar, thank you so much for joining. Thank you everybody who's joining in. So let's just jump right into it because I know a lot of people like to see the set. What am I gonna do? I have no idea. All I know is that I want to do a goth set, and I'm choosing the color purple. I might, may not. It's up to you guys. You guys let me know if you guys want to see me use my airbrush. I could add some black with the airbrush. It'll be really cool. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing an ombre with the Mia Secret acrylic. Let me know if you guys can see okay. That's the most important thing for me right now, that you guys are able to see everything that I'm doing. And because I'm gonna use glitter, I like to put my glitter on top of my cover color. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Obviously, I'm paying attention to what I'm doing to my nails. Be patient. If any of my moderators are able to answer the questions, they will answer the questions. And if not, then you can repeat the questions as soon as I'm able to start reading in the comments. So don't be shy. Say hi in the comments or in the chat, and let's just have some fun. I'm going to do some black 3D flowers. Like I said, I'm going to use some pretty cool charms, and yeah, we'll take it from there. You guys let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll get to doing that. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope that you guys can learn something from me today. Um, we can do sort of like a Q&A if you guys want to make it fun. And I can answer those questions for you guys. Obviously, if I see that the question is too personal, and then I will choose not to answer that question. But let's just have some fun. This is just, you know, a time to enjoy. I needed to go live so bad because when I go live, it's like a different vibe, you know. You guys motivate me each time. Hi Nicole, thank you so much for joining. Let me pull up my comments so that I can give the proper shout out. So shout out to Nicole, shout out to Sugar Eclipse, shout out to Black Orchid Prima, shout out to Presley. Hello, thank you so much for joining. So if you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask. And as soon as I am finished with the application, I'll go back and look at the chat, and then I'll be able to answer your questions. Um, like I said, don't forget to hit that like button, share it if you find it helpful. And if you have any questions regarding application, don't forget to ask while I'm doing the application, because that will be the best time for me to show you how I do it. Don't wait for me to finish and then ask me, because then I won't be able to show you. But I am very grateful that you guys are here. Thank you so much, my besties, my beautiful besties, for spending this time with me. I'm very, very grateful. Let's see. Hi Sandra. Shout out to Sandra. Thank you so much for being here, my love. I love my girls. They're always so supportive. I love them. So yes, we're gonna be doing a goth set. I have to really shake this color because I literally just made it and I don't even know how it looks. So we're gonna find out together. Don't forget to hit that like button. Please, let's get those likes up. Look. Let's see how this color looks like first before I start playing with it, because I really don't know what it looks like. Oh, I like this purple. This is a perfect purple for a goth set. It has a lot of shards, glitters. I literally just made this myself. Thank you. Shout out to K and D sisters. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so let's start using this beautiful color. I'm going to do obviously an ombre on my thumbnail, my pointer, and my ring finger. And then on the middle finger and the pinky, there are going to be full cover. Do you hear me okay? Are you able to see okay? Now, when it comes to application, acrylic application on a stiletto nails, you have to be very careful. Always make sure to clean those side walls perfectly as you're pulling the acrylic down, because you need the product in the center of the nail, not on the sides. That will make your filing a lot easier as well. And the better your application, the less filing you have to do. That's just how I always say it. But I'm really liking this purple. It's very, very pretty. And hey, for a last minute purple, I can't complain. Because I had a purple like this, very, very similar to this one. And I had done a goth set. And I don't know, I think I used it because I couldn't find it. So I'm assuming I used it all. So, yeah. But thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to like, participate in the chat. Don't be shy. I like it when you guys participate in the chat. If there's anything you guys want me to talk about, mental health or anything, I'm more than open to talk about those things. You guys already know, if you are, if you have been watching my videos or have been on my lives before, that is one of my favorite things to talk about, because mental health is very, very important, especially nowadays. And I'm grateful the times are changing for the better when it comes to mental health. There's a lot more awareness when it comes to that. And I like to make people feel comfortable when they're here, because I want them to feel like they have a safe place where they can express themselves. And, you know, I always encourage my girls, whoever, because for example, me, I suffer from anxiety, depression, PTSD, and my coping mechanism is doing nails. So I really needed this nail session because I was having a tough day yesterday. So to me, nails is very, very important. And I just want everybody to know that, if they're here, they're safe. This is a safe environment. Hi, Gabriel. Thank you so much for joining. You don't feel safe. You don't feel safe with this cloth. Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt anybody. I always take my nails off after, like I said, I use a peel off method. Um, but yeah, I've been told that they look like weapons. So you're not the first, and I'm sure you won't be the last. Sometimes I wear my nails, sometimes I don't. It all really depends. Because I'm not a nail tech, I'm a pharmacy tech, but I do wear my nails for work, and people love to see my nails. Sometimes before they ask me for their medications, they ask to see what I'm wearing on my nails. So actually, like 2 or 3 days ago, actually last week, there was a patient literally right before asking me for their medication. They were like, "What's wrong with the nails? I haven't seen you wearing nails." I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I noticed that there's a lot of men here that have a sort of like a fetish for nails, and they start doing like saying really inappropriate comments like, "Ooh, those look good to scratch my back." And I kind of feel uncomfortable with that, so I rather not wear them for work. I just do them because I this is fun for me. I enjoy doing nails. I like to encourage people because, again, I didn't go to school for this. So this is all YouTube University, you guys. But no worries, I'm not going to injure myself or injure anybody. Can you put tree frog poison? I don't know what that is. But yeah, I absolutely love doing nails, and I like to show people that if I can do it, you can do it too. I make my own acrylics. For example, this purple that I'm using right now, I literally, like I said, just made it a few minutes before starting the live. And I have to actually do a live again where I'm making colors. I've been saying that for a while and I haven't done it. I'm so sorry about that. I need to find the time to create those colors because I have purchased some chameleon colors, and I thought that making chameleon colors will look like really cool. And, I just haven't had the time to do it. I actually wanted to go live yesterday, but I wasn't feeling very well. Like, mentally, I was sad, and, you know, it's weird because I had a dream, right? And I'm not going to be very specific when it comes to the dream, but it's something, personal. And in that dream, I was crying, and for some reason I woke up crying. And after that happened, I decided to write a letter to someone who I dearly love, but I haven't talked to in a very long time. And I'll be sending that letter soon and just see what happens. But thank you so much for being here. I love it when you guys support me and are always here, either for the conversations or just for the nails. Doesn't matter. I'm still very grateful that you choose to be here. So let's bring those likes up. Don't forget to hit that like button because it really does help me out a lot here on YouTube. This color is so pretty because it's purple, but it has like so many different colors in it, like different types of purple. And I was thinking, you guys let me know if it's a good idea or not to use my airbrush machine, right? After I finish the shaping and the filing, and add some black, like on the sides here and here, to make it look even more gothic. I have a bunch of charms that I've been dying to use. I'm sorry that I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm really trying to get through this application, but I'll get back to you in a second. But thank you for being here. I'm very, very, very much grateful. I love you guys. I enjoy our little chats, and I like it when people participate in the chat. So please don't be shy. This is literally a safe place for you to speak. And, you don't have to share anything personal if you don't want to. But just know that, if you're struggling, you're not the only one. There's a lot of us who are going through the same thing. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. But at the same time, I will say that because I'm encouraging people to talk and feel safe here, I'm going to be very honest. Bullshit will not be tolerated. Shout out to Cordy. Thank you so much for being here, my love. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the hearts. Don't forget, if you find this live helpful, to share it. Share it, comment. If you want your stilettos to be like really, really sharp, you really have to go back and forward with your side walls to make sure that they're nice and thin. Because I always like my stilettos really sharp. And yes, I have stayed with them on for periods of time. And they slow me down, but they don't stop me. So you just have to get used to the length. You can start with really short nails. Actually, this is what I normally wear for work. So I have pretty normal nails. So I'm gonna do some black flowers, 3D flowers. Um, I'm gonna use some charms. We're gonna have a lot of fun. This is just, the application process, but once we get to the decoration, it's gonna get more fun. A lot more fun. So how's everyone's day? I hope everyone's having a great day so far. I did go to work earlier and I was doing my thing. There wasn't much to do in the pharmacy, so I was able to leave early. And because I don't know about you, but whenever I'm feeling down or a little depressed, that takes a lot of energy from you, first of all. At least for me, it does. And it feels like my body just wants to rest. So that's what I did. The second I got home, I decided to take a nap. And it was a really long nap. I was not expecting to sleep that long. But yeah, that's one of the signs of, depression. And I'm not ashamed to talk about it because we need to talk about it. I know there's a lot of people out there that might find those symptoms weird. Just know that you're not the only one. It really feels like someone is sucking the energy out of you, or just the situation itself is just sucking the life out of you, and you just feel tired all the time. Even after you just woke up from a nap, you still feel tired. You just have to, in those moments, you just have to push yourself and look for something that you absolutely love. For me, for example, is nails. And just focus on that. Having a coping mechanism, whether it's doing nails or listening to music. Something really good to do is journal. I have mentioned that in the past. I do journal a lot. I have like 6 or 7 notebooks around the house. Um, I buy them from the dollar store. And yeah, it's always good to put your thoughts somewhere and not necessarily in your mind, in your head. Just write it down. I was reading this book um, because for some time I was going through what it's called a healing journey. And I was reading this book, and it's called Love After Heartbreak. And it's not because I was going through that, but you know, um, I read a little bit about it and it caught my eye. And one of the exercises that it gives you is that it tells you to write down all the people, think as far back as you can, and write down all the people that hurt you and write them a letter. Even if you don't send the letter, even if you don't do anything with the letter, just write it down. Because by writing it down, you're getting it out of your system, and at least is, on a notebook. You can choose to send the letter, of course, because that way, you know, you did what you have to do. It's upon that person if they choose to read it or not, but you did what was right. But that was one of the exercises, and I absolutely loved it. I enjoyed that book very, very much, so I 100% recommend it. I missed a little spot here. Because when you're going through a healing journey, it's not just things that are happening to you in the present moment. You have to think back when we were kids, and that's a lot of people don't want to talk about things like that. So this is what the nails are looking like so far. I love this purple. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Who else is in the chat? Vibe with T. Shout out to you, darling. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Sending love back to you too, sweetheart. Thank you so much. See, I love people like that. Good vibes only, people. Good vibes only. Now let's do some encapsulation. You guys are awesome. I love you guys so much. But yeah, so I, at that time of me reading that book, I did make the letters. However, I never sent them. But it comes a time where you just have to stop worrying about how the other person is going to feel, right? And just think about how you've been feeling this entire time with all that hurt and that pain and holding on to that. So I think that's a way of letting go, per se. And this time I did made a letter and I have it ready to be sent out. Now, if the person reads it or not, it's really not on me anymore. That's between them and God, I would say. Um, but I did my part, you know. But that was a really good exercise on that book, and I really you can actually find that book on Amazon. It's a really good book because it talks about healing, and like I said, healing is not just, oh, me and my boyfriend broke up, so now I have to heal from it. Now it talks about healing stuff from your childhood, things that your mind probably suppressed to, allow you to become the adult that you are, but it's that pain is still there. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think that's very, very important. So thank you so much for everyone who's here. Oh my gosh, shout out to the 44 of you in here. Don't be shy. Please say hi in the chat. Hi, Angelica. Thank you so much for joining. I do want to remind everybody, please be kind in the chat. Be respectful. Allow everyone to feel safe because you don't know how, you know, tough their day was. I like to encourage people being kind to one another, especially on my lives, because you don't know what that person is going through. And you don't know if this live might make a difference and help them in some sort of way. So do not come up here trying to make fun of anybody. Do not come up here to call anybody names. Do not come up here to act ignorant because we're all adults. Act like the adult that you are and respect other people's feelings. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because if you don't, I do have two wonderful moderators who are ready to block the person. Because I want people to feel safe in here. I want people to, you know, have a good time. Because maybe their day was really, really tough. And this is the only time that they find to actually relax and be able to, you know, to enjoy something. Who else is in here? Come on, people. There's 35 of you here. Give that like button. Hit that like button. It'll help me out a lot here on YouTube. You know what I'm going to do today? If I have enough people participating in the chat and I get to 100 likes, I'm going to do a giveaway. About that. So, it's up to you guys. We got to get to 100 likes and we have to get people talking in the chat. So, share this on your social media. Share this to a friend who might need to hear this. And if we get to 100, I'll do a giveaway. I am planning on doing a giveaway when I do the colors that I want to make that I've been talking about for months that I haven't done yet. I'm so sorry about that, besties. Oh, I wish I had more time here on YouTube, but I gotta work because I gotta pay my bills. I have already certain items that I want to give away, but you know, sometimes I try to wait for the right time, but it's always the right time, you know, especially for a giveaway. So you guys let me know, would you like me to continue to talk about mental health? Because I can talk about that for days. I was talking to my therapist the other day and I even told them, because I don't know if you guys remember my last live, I was talking about mental health and I had mentioned I should ask my therapist for some commission. You know what he said to me? He wants to graduate me from therapy. I was like, no, I'm not ready to let you go. But apparently I'm doing very well with therapy. And I like it because I get to pass on some of that knowledge to other people that might need it. And that's the best part. Honestly. To me, that's the best part. When I get to pass on that knowledge to someone who needs it and doesn't have that support system. Because there's nothing really worse than having a condition, a mental health condition, and not having the proper support system. But just know that I'm here to be your sister. I'm here to be your auntie. I'm here to be your cousin. I'm here to be your mother if I have to. You know, I'm here. Just know that I'm here. You're not alone. Yes, I'm busy all the time with work, but we can always make some time to talk a little bit. And it doesn't have to be about me. It can totally be about you. And I'm very grateful for each and every single one of you. I will say that time and time again. You guys push me to create more content. You guys push me to do better for myself and for my kids. You guys inspire me each and every day. Each time in a different way. And I'm very proud to say that. And I mean it when I say it. Who'd I miss? Maylee Matson, thank you so much. Shout out to you for joining. Noonie, thank you so much. Ooh, Detroit. Thank you so much. You have no idea. Oh, sweetheart. If you're saying what I think you're saying, I do have an idea because I go through it every day. You just have to make it one more day and say that every morning. One more day. Let's make it one more day. And never, never, and this is when my French is going to come up, never fucking give up. Because you're always important to someone. To your family or even to a perfect stranger. You're always important to someone. You're important to me because now you're part of my bestie's family. So just think about it like that. One more day. Just got to get through it one more day. Got to make it one more day. Put a blue heart in the chat if you feel like, if you have felt down, if you have felt depressed in the last week or so. Put a blue heart in the chat so that other people that are watching, I'm not even in the shot, I'm so sorry, so that other people that are watching can see that there's actually people that go through the same thing as them. And that way they know that they're not alone. I will put a blue heart, but my hands are kind of busy right now. Because like I was saying, yesterday was a very, very emotional day for me. Um, but if you want any tips on how to deal with your day-to-day anxiety, you can let me know in the chat and I can give you some pointers as my acrylic dries, because we gotta wait for this acrylic to dry. Virgo, thank you so much for joining. Vibe with T. I think I shouted you out. Oh, I love that butterfly. Cordy, thank you so much. Yeah, we're all going through our own little battles, so you are not alone. Trust me. Let me see what I've missed. Give me 1 second and I'll get to the chat. Hi, Tierra. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, comedy is a coping mechanism. You know what I like to do sometimes when I'm feeling down? I try to watch a comedy show. No lie. Because there's nothing better than laughing. Laughing is a great medicine. I always like watching a thank you. I will always like watching a comedy show. Yes, laughing definitely changes your mood. So that's another thing that I like to do. You can journal, you can meditate, you can watch a comedy show, you can just put music. Even if you don't know how to dance and you always wanted to learn, that's the perfect timing. Just put some music and start dancing. Just go with the flow. Nobody's looking at you anyway, so you're going to be the best dancer ever. I haven't done that in a long time, but I used to do that a lot. I would put music and I would just start dancing. And oh my God, that felt so great. What's one of the favorite things you guys like to do to make yourself feel better if you're down? Let me know in the chat. You can't drop it like it's hot, baby. You drop it like it's hot. Even if it takes you 30 minutes to get up, okay? Listen, I suffer from back pain. I can say I cannot drop it like it's hot anymore, but I be dropping it, okay? Even if it takes me 5 minutes to get up. Yes, music or dancing. Girl, I'm not 20 anymore and my body tells me, okay? I be like twerking, go bestie, go bestie, go bestie, go bestie, and then, oh shit, I can't get up. And then I have to like, wait a minute, let me grab, onto something so I can get up. I've been there. Listen, if you can't dance, there's nothing wrong with just putting music. Again, no one is looking at you. Girl, stop moving. Start moving. Shake that ass. Or like Prima likes to say, drop it like it's hot. It's going to be hot for a while before you get up, but it's going to be hot. Your knees are bad. Girl, my back, my knees. Everything is bad. But I still find a way to drop it like it's hot. Zumba. Ooh, girl. Listen, and this is a few years ago before all my pains and aches. Because I'm not gonna tell you my age if you don't really know me, but I'm not 20 anymore. I used to go to Zumba. Oh my God. That was Zumba will really get you a breath. But it's awesome though. I used to have a really good time. I've always liked dancing since I was little. Like even in school, I'd be in those dance groups, you know. I don't know if you guys remember, or you probably had some dance people, like kids that like to dance in the school. I was one of those kids. And I wanted to be a professional dancer. What? Girl, listen, Linda. Listen. My kids say the same thing, but you know what? The only thing we have at this time and age that is legal is embarrassing them. And if that means me shaking my booty, I'm going to shake my booty. And that's exactly what my kids say. Ma, please stop. I'd be like, girl, you have no idea. But then the funny story is, for those of you who are new here, hi, Angelica. Thank you so much for joining. The funny thing is, let me tell you a funny story. So both my kids graduated in June, this past June, right? And every time I put music, which is not that often because, of course, again, I can't drop it like it's hot no more. So for their dance, I've never seen my kids dance, first of all, because they don't dance in front of me. But I saw the little one dancing. And I was like, okay, look at her. You know what she was telling people? You know how she tells me behind the scenes? She's like, oh, Ma, please stop it. She was selling me out, y'all. She be saying to people, I got it from my mama. Oh, my God. I was like, no, you did not. She was like, yeah, that's what I told them. I got it from my mama. And I was like, oh, so now you're proud of your mama. But when your mama was shaking that booty, it's like, Ma, please stop it. No hablas inglés, yo hablo mucho español. So no hay problema. Yo le estaba diciendo a las chicas aquí que mi hija, el día del baile de la escuela, ella, yo nunca he visto a mis hijas, I'm sorry, I'm translated. Yo nunca he visto a mis hijas bailar. Entonces, el día del baile de mi hija más pequeña, fue la primera vez que yo la vi bailando. Y ella siempre se queja cuando yo pongo música en mi casa y yo empiezo a bailar. Ella siempre dice, ay, mami, ¿por qué tú estás bailando? Deja de estar bailando. Ok. Pero, sin embargo, el día del baile, cuando ella estaba bailando, ella empezó a decirle a todos sus amigos que ella baila así porque su mamá baila así. So, ahí ella no se sentía avergonzada de que su mamá bailara. ¿Sí? Yeah. I got you, baby. I can translate with no problem. Espero, gracias por venir. Espero que pases un buen rato aquí con nosotros, ya sea por la conversación o por las uñas. Ya pronto voy a comenzar a decorar las uñas. Voy a hacer un diseño. How do you say Gothic in Spanish? Se me olvidó cómo decir Goth en Spanish. En español. I'm forgetting my Spanish. Yeah, a lot of people, that's the first thing they will learn. The bad words. Yeah, no, I don't think she will appreciate that, no. ¿De dónde tú eres, Angélica? Ok, no hay problema. Gracias. Oh, enjoy dinner. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can translate if you speak Spanish. I got to practice my Spanish anyways. I don't speak much Spanish these days. And then it happens what just happened, that I just forgot how to say a word in Spanish. Oh my God. Gótica. Eso mismo. Yep. Thank you, prima. By the way, send a lot of prayers for Puerto Rico. They were going through a hurricane yesterday, and I think the day before. It didn't hit them directly, but they did get a lot of the rain and winds. It was a Category 4 hurricane. So sending a lot of prayers to my family over there, and your family if you have any families over there. And even in the Dominican Republic, some of them got hit with some of the rain and winds as well from that hurricane. And another thing that, I was talking about on my last live regarding mental health, that is something that is not said enough, is when someone hurts you and it's a family member, and you know how there's always someone within the family that tries to minimize your pain or manipulate your pain and just say, oh, but that's your sister, that's your mom, that's your brother, that's your cousin. It's wrong. Those people are wrong for saying that. You got family in Puerto Rico and Mexico. Angélica de Tijuana. Yo tengo una amiga, no recuerdo de dónde ella es, pero ella es mexicana. Yo adoro a esa mujer, la amo. Yo he conocido muchas personas de México que tienen un corazón tan grande. They're really a beautiful people. But yeah, don't allow anybody, and I do mean anybody, if you're having some issues or problems or trauma with any family member that hurts you in any type of way, do not allow anybody to come and tell you, oh, you should forgive them because that's your sister, that's your brother, that's your cousin, that's your mother, that's your father. It don't matter who it is. Your pain is valid. And don't allow anybody to try to manipulate that. or you for that matter. Oh, there's crazy weather in the UK. Oh, I hope everybody's safe. Yeah, it's crazy times. Weather-wise is unbelievable. So you guys have any questions for me? Do you guys want to know anything from me? You can go ahead and ask. Ask me. I'm ready to answer. Especially now that I'm shaping and I'm able to read what you guys are typing. Ooh, you're making tamales? Ooh, I haven't eaten tamales in a real long time. Puerto Ricans have their own version of tamales, and it's pasteles. I ate so much when I was pregnant with my oldest that now I can't stand it. Isn't that weird? I love you, Cordy. Why am I so fabulous? I didn't know I was fabulous, but thank you. ¿Qué acrílico te recomiendo? Bueno, te pregunto, ¿tú tienes acceso a Amazon? ¿En dónde tú vives actualmente? ¿Tú estás viviendo en México o estás viviendo en los Estados Unidos? Déjame saber si tienes acceso a Amazon. Porque si tienes acceso a Amazon, Mia Secret, esta compañía es una buena compañía para empezar. Pero, um, how do you say it? It says, oh God, my Spanish is going away. Yo soy de Puerto Rico. I'm Puerto Rican, but I currently live in Connecticut. Pero estoy viviendo en Connecticut. So, Mia Secret es una buena compañía para empezar. No te recomiendo el monómero de Mia Secret porque huele muy feo. Pero puedes también Young Nails. Esta compañía también es buena, pero esta compañía comenzó con buenos precios y ya los precios los subieron mucho. So yo te recomendaría que... Oh, hay una compañía, no la he tratado todavía, pero he escuchado muchas cosas buenas de esa compañía. Se llama The Enti. Espérame, ya te escribo cómo se... Give me a second. Creo que se llama así. Ahí está en Amazon y lo puedes conseguir. He escuchado de diferentes personas que lo han utilizado y que es bueno. Thank you. You guys are awesome. We're about to get to the fun part, the decoration part. So stay tuned to that. Hit that like button, y'all. So I'm from Puerto Rico. Yo soy puertorriqueña. That's why I'm loud. It's in my blood to be loud. I shared a video. You should follow. You guys should follow me on Instagram. I found the video and I shared it. It was so funny. It was a guy dancing to a song, and he was putting ingredients in a pot. And he was in the video. He said that that's how Puerto Ricans were made. Oh, that was a funny video. I watched it at least 10 times because he's so freaking accurate. We have very low patience. Like, we have zero patience. Well, I try to have patience, but I really don't. And we have attitude too. So that's not good. I'm not proud of saying that. Just so you know. Oh my God, I'm scared to shape this nail. Always the pinky is the one that I'm the most scared of shaping because it can pop off at any second. It's the smallest nail, so it doesn't have a lot of, nail plate to adhere to. And I'm like super scared, so I'm gonna try to be very careful when shaping this nail, especially because it's so long. But what else? What else do you want to know? Sí, a mí me encanta bailar. Quiet and shy, not. You guys are awesome. What else you want to know? Be careful driving, sugar. How am I so good at nails? You think I'm really good at nails? Thank you. So I started doing nails about 5 years ago. I started with polygel. Polygel, I will translate for my friend. Yeah, you have access to Amazon. Okay, good. Angélica, si quieres, si tienes Instagram, follow me. Dame un follow en Instagram. Mi nombre en Instagram es diferente. Es mi nombre legal. Y este es mi nombre en Instagram. Y tiene una foto de mis uñas en amarillo. Y yo te puedo dar unos links en los mensajes si quieres. Y así te puedo ayudar un poco. He's here? Oh. So I started 5 years ago, and I started with polygel, and I started with polygel because polygel doesn't have a smell, and like it doesn't smell like monomer. You don't need monomer to use polygel. Polygel is actually a great product to start with. And then I started using hard gel, which is what I use on my natural nails. This is hard gel. And then I jumped into acrylics, and it's been quite a journey. Actually, my best advice for those of you who are starting and are learning is to get a 100% Kolinsky brush. And I know for you guys, sometimes, they're expensive because they do have some quote unquote Kolinsky brushes, but they're not really Kolinsky. They have them for like $10. And the reason to know if it's actually 100% Kolinsky, you have to try it. But for the most part, they have like two tones. Usually the tip is darker than the rest. And as you can see, this is another Kolinsky, and it looks the same way. As you can see, the tip is darker than the bristles at the bottom. And they're pretty, like the bristles, you see that are kind of chunky. There's some brushes that they sell for as Kolinsky brushes that are not 100% Kolinsky. And you see, again, two tones. This one I have to clean it a little bit better because it has acrylic there, but I'll clean it after I finish the live. Um, so you have to be very careful when you're buying 100% Kolinsky brushes. I would say Pana is a good brand. Um, so far, I haven't tried many brands, to be honest. There was a brand called Dashboard Beauty, which is that last brush that I showed you, was a really, really, really good brand. But they no longer sell brushes. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to that company, but they had some really good brushes. Um, I'm gonna try to shape the pinky a little bit more with this because I'm scared that it's gonna pop if I make too much pressure. So yeah, um, you just have to be patient. Be patient, watch videos. You can learn different techniques from different people. You don't have to stick to one person. Of course, you know, any other YouTuber will tell you like, oh, stick with me and I show you how to do it right. There also, be very careful. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that give the wrong information, and sometimes I can't even believe the things that they say. But I don't correct them because then they think that we're coming from a bad place when we're just trying to help, you know, and that wasn't the point. We're just trying to help, but people don't see it that way. Yes, I mix the glitters myself. I buy my glitters. Oh, shout out to Juana. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Christina. Thank you so much for being here. I mix my glitters myself. I buy my glitters from Larisi. I'm going to show you. Um, this company sells beautiful glitters, and a lot of people, a lot of content creators, I know for a fact that they buy their acrylics from this company because sometimes I see their mixes and I already have that glitter. So I just mix them myself. It's cheaper. I made my own color acrylics too. All you need is to find a good clear acrylic. This nail is not going to be perfectly shaped, but it's going to be somewhat decent because if I put too much pressure, it's literally going to pop. But yeah, I make my own color acrylics. I make my own glitter acrylics. Yes, it is an investment at first, but you can make some beautiful acrylics yourself. I have actually several lives. And I think soon I'm gonna do a live where I'm gonna create some new colors because I purchased some chameleon colors and I wanted to make acrylic with those chameleon colors. I thought that would be a really cool idea. So you guys let me know if that's something you guys are interested in watching. And maybe for my next live, we can do some mixing. But I have done mixes on videos and during lives. So you can go ahead and check those out on my channel. When it comes to acrylic, to glitters, you just have to be careful. you have to make sure that you have more acrylic powder than glitters, which is something these companies don't know, sometimes don't take that into consideration. They just put a bunch of glitters, and then people, when they buy them, they end up having issues picking up a bead, and it's because it has too much glitter and not enough acrylic. Did I miss something? Let me see. Uh, oh, qué bueno lo encontraste. Okay. Hi, Christina. Oh, thank you. Uh, no problems, Black Orchid. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. We're about to get to the good part after I finish shaping these nails. We're going to get to the decorating part. So yeah, I've stick to acrylic because I don't know, it was very challenging for me. So I think that's why I like it so much. Yeah, because it was challenging. I'm pretty sure if it was easy, I would have been like, okay, next. Okay, let me buff them and then I'll clean them. What else you guys want to know? You think they're beautiful now? Gotta wait for me to decorate them. Tiene que esperar que yo las decore para que tú veas qué lindas se van a ver. Voy a hacer unas flores. Voy a poner rhinestones. Voy a hacer de todo un poquito. Any other questions? Whoop. Okay, so question that solo 5 años llevo haciendo uñas, pero yo no trabajo como manicurista, yo trabajo en una farmacia. Yo solamente hago videos aquí en YouTube para entretener a la gente. So, si sabes de alguien que le guste ver hacer uñas, comparte mi video para que también ellos puedan beneficiarse de cómo yo hago las uñas. Si te suscribiste a mi canal, dale a la... Hay una campanita, dale a la campanita y le vas a dar a donde dice all para que no te pierdas nada de cuando yo esté live o cuando yo ponga algún video. Okay, I'm gonna clean my nails now. And you're gonna see a little bit of what they look like. And you guys let me know if you really like the color. Este es tu color favorito. Qué bueno. A mí me encanta este color. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so like I said, I wanted to use the airbrush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint with the airbrush the sides here black because we're making a goth set. Um, so le va a dar un tono diferente y se va a ver bien. It's gonna look really, really cool. Yep, black and purple. Okay, so I have my airbrush. Whoop! I just hit my light by mistake. I have my airbrush right here. I gotta get my mask. Let me get the black. Give me 1 second. I actually found it pretty quickly. So I used the colors from Savvyland. These are pretty good. Déjame ponerme guantes. Always, whenever you work with stuff like this, please take the proper precautions. Wear a mask, put on gloves. Do not cure it if it's on your skin. Whoop, I just broke my glove. Okay, so I had used it already, so it's open. Okay. I'm just gonna put a little bit of black. I think that's enough. And I'm going to, oops. Oh my God, these nails are so long. I'm going to apply some base coat. Give me 1 second. Let me find my base coat first. Okay, so I'm going to use my double rhythm base coat. And this is so that the paint can adhere a little bit better. And I'm only going to put base coat where I'm going to apply the paint. The gel paint, because it is gel paint. This purple is really pretty. Especially for a last minute color. Give me some purple hearts if you think that this color is pretty. Let me know if you like it with some purple hearts. Thank you so much for the purple hearts. I was really nervous before starting the live because I was like, oh my God, I thought I had that purple, but I didn't. And then I ended up making this one. And I think for the theme, it's going to be really good. So, okay. So, I'm going to make sure that I don't have any on my skin, any base coat on my skin. And then I'm going to give it a full 60-second cure. Let's see. Roberta, hi. Shout out to you for joining. I don't know, Riri, if I said shout out to you, honey, but shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Noni, for being here. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoy the content, and I hope that you stay till the end so you can see the nails. Because now we're getting to the fun part. Now we're going to get to the decorating and all that good stuff. Yep. Thank you. We're gonna do some crazy stuff. I want to do some 3D flowers. I want to put some rhinestones on. So, como yo empecé usando polygel. Polygel es más fácil de utilizar. Es gel mezclado con acrílico. Y tienes mucho más tiempo de usarlo porque no se cura hasta que lo pongas dentro de la lámpara. So vas a tener mucho más tiempo para utilizarlo. Y cuando vayas a limar la uña para darle la forma, también lima muy fácil porque es gel. So también puedes considerar eso no tienes que empezar con acrílico, puedes comenzar con polygel también. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. And it has two settings, low and high. I always like to go to high. Let me see if this thing is painting. Okay, so you guys saw that. Let me put on my mask. I haven't even put on my mask yet. I need more black. That's what it is. What do you guys think of the color? Okay, make sure that before you cure, like I said, you have no gel on your skin. Cleaning your skin before curing will prevent you from any allergies. What do you guys think? Is it starting to look gothy now? Okay, let's cure. I love using my airbrush. It's so fun to use. I mostly use it to do like those lines on the sides, but you can do so many things with it. The thing with that is that I would definitely recommend wearing a mask, like I'm wearing one right now, because those particles remain in the air for a while and you don't want to inhale all of that. But these are the gels that I use. I'm not sure if I have a discount code in my description box, but check it out anyways, because this company reached out to me and they wanted me to use these airbrush things, and I think they're pretty cool. You just have to take the proper precautions, in my opinion. Esta marca es buena para diferentes cosas. Personalmente no me gusta el acrílico de ellos. Si quieres un acrílico más barato, te puedo recomendar. Ay, dame un segundito, ya pienso con el nombre. Ay, se me olvidó el nombre. Espérame un segundito y te busco el nombre. Dame un segundo. Esta marca de acrílico, Dynamic, is a good brand to start with. It's very affordable. These jars are for like $6. Esta, esta, esta compañía Dynamic es muy buena. para comenzar, cuesta, este size de acrílico te cuesta solo $6 y te da bastante tiempo para trabajar con ella. So, así mismo puedes ir al website Dynamic y vas a conseguir los acrílicos de ellos. That's definitely a brand that I recommend. Okay. Woo! What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Okay. Let's do... I'm going to do some rhinestones here. Some 3D flowers on those 2 nails. And a little bit of bling here, a little bling here. So let me do some top coat. Oh, muchas de nada, no hay problema. Para eso estamos, para ayudarnos. Same thing with the top coat. Whenever you're applying top coat, be very careful that it does not go onto your skin before you cure it. Let me know if you like the nails so far. If you notice, you see this? The black bleeds. So, gotta be careful with that. I would say that's like the only problem with these colors is that they bleed. And it has happened with all the colors that I've used before. See? Let me get my brush so I can clean my sidewalls. I'm sorry that I'm a little quiet. I'm trying to concentrate on the gel polish and not put it on my skin, and if I do, I'm making sure that I clean it because it's very important. If you take any advice from today's live, please make sure that you don't have any gel on your skin. I see so many people that use gel polishes. I understand that your hands can be shaky. However, there's tips and tricks that you can do so that your hand is not as shaky. For example, you can use your ring finger and do this and put pressure That way you're balancing your nail and it's not going to be as shaky. But eventually it gets better with time. The more you get used to it, the less shaky it's going to be. I've been thinking about this Goth set for days and I need to get it out of my system. So that's why I decided to go live today. After this, we're going to do some 3D flowers. Okay? Some black 3D flowers. Hi, Queen. Thank you so much for joining. Shout out to you, sweetie. Sí, esa marca de gel Double Rhythm es una de las marcas que recientemente estoy utilizando y tengo varias colecciones de ellos y me gusta mucho. And just to translate, I was telling her that I just recently started using Double Rhythm. And I have several of their collections and it's a brand that I'm currently enjoying very much. And you can find it on Amazon. Puedes encontrarlo en Amazon. Andre, shout out to you. Ooh, burgundy with black flowers. That's a really good combination too for a goth set. A mí me encantan ojos de gato. Sí, yo tengo un montón. Tengo muchos. I love cat eye gels. That is like my weakness right there. I like dark colors too. I like all kinds of colors actually. I have to put it in one more time because the nails are so long. The top of the thumb didn't cure properly. Thank you so much for everyone who has stayed this long. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Okay, so while that hand is curing again, I'm going to prepare my mix of monomer and acetone for my 3D flowers. Of course, the 3D flowers that I'm going to do are going to be black. Oh, I can't open it. Just one hand. Okay, I'll use this one. So whenever I'm doing 3D flowers, or whenever you are doing 3D flowers, you have to get used to one particular acrylic, because not all acrylics require as much acetone, and other brands require more acetone. It all depends on how fast or slow the monomer and the acrylic set. So I'm going to use this black for my flowers, and this black was also created by me. See? Okay. Let me just grab some lint-free wipes. I feel like I need to wipe my fingers, so give me 1 second. Before I do the flowers, I'm going to see how they still, like, underneath they stain. That's the only problem that I have with that brand. But other than that, it's really good. And the good thing is that you don't have to dilute it. It's already ready and set to go. That's one of the reasons why I decided to give them a try, and I actually enjoyed it very much. Okay, so I need to choose some rhinestones um, for the middle of the flower. And I'm going to use AB crystals. I'm going to use some big crystals. I'll come back to that in a minute. That's exactly how I started doing flowers. That's a great way to start with the nonstick gels, because you have more time to work with it, and obviously it's not going to set until you cure it. Okay. So I said that here I was going to do a flower. Let me find my flashlight real quick. Girl, you can totally recreate this set if you want. I'm completely fine with it. I love doing goth sets. I don't know, it's something weird I like doing. Yes, practice, practice. Are you doing the collab with Barbara? Is that the goth set you're talking about, Sandra? I did mine. I have to DM her. My video's gonna come up tomorrow. Okay, so we're good with that. I try to put them like if I put my nails like this, that they kind of look somewhat in the same spot. That's hard to do, honestly. Oh my god, I have such a mess on my desk. But that is what happens when you do nails. Now for my flowers, I'm going to be using my 100% Kolinsky Pana brush. And it's in the number 4. So let's get started with the ring finger because it's easier. Can you guys see okay? ¿Qué marca es que el pincel es Pana? Pana. So because the bead was so big, I had to add a little extra monomer. And then I'm going to use this to do the indentations in the middle for the flower. So I'm going to press at a 45-degree angle to make it wide. Then I'm going to turn my brush to the side and make a line in the center of the flower. And then I'm going to bring those two tips in the center to make it look more like a petal. Then I'm going to go in, I'm going to dip my X-Acto knife in the powder because the acrylic is still wet. And I'm going to make the indentations on the flower so it doesn't stick to my brush, to my X-Acto knife in a diagonal way. Oops. Okay. So the way I like to do it, I do the top, the bottom, then I do a middle petal. And then I do a petal here and a petal here, so it looks more balanced. So again, I'm going to wait a few seconds, right? So it starts to set, and then I'm going to push at a 45-degree angle straight to make it wide. Then I'm going to turn my brush to the side, and then I'm going to make that line in the middle. And then I'm going to put those two middle together at the tip to make it look like a petal. Then I'm going to go in with my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to dip it inside the acrylic so that it doesn't stick while I make the indentations. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Dip again on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. This thing is kind of tight. And then I make my other petals here. I can actually pick up both petals if I wanted to, because I still have to wait for the other one to set. So I just place it there. And then this one again, 45-degree angle, push down to make it wide. Turn my brush to the side, do the line in the middle all the way as far as I can take it. Push those two sides to the center to make it look like a petal. And I do the same with this one because it's already starting to set. 45-degree angle, push down. Then I turn my brush to the side, do that long line as long as I can take it, and then I push those two tips together to make it look like a petal. And then I can go in with the X-Acto knife and do the indentations in a diagonal way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing with the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how the flower is done. Let me know what you guys think. And then I have to do the same thing for this finger. So this finger is a little bit more complicated because I have to have my hand in a more comfortable position. So let's start with the bottom petal. I'm going to give it a few seconds to start setting. You're going to know it's going to start to set because once you apply the bead, you have to make sure that is, in order for it to fully polymerize, it has to look really shiny. And then as it's setting, it's going to start to look less and less shiny. So don't wait until it's fully cured. Go at a 45-degree angle towards the diamond or towards the rhinestone and push down, straight down, and then turn your brush to the other side and do that line in the middle as far as you can take it. And then you're going to push those two tops together to make it into a petal. And then once you do that, you can go ahead and you don't have to do this part, it's completely up to you. I just like to do it because, I don't know, it makes it look more gothic-y, I guess. I'm weird like that. And then I'm going to concentrate on the top one. Same thing, I'm going to apply my bead. I'm going to wait a few seconds for it to start fully polymerizing and setting a little bit. Again, it all depends on the acrylic that you're using and how much monomer you're using, how much or how fast the acrylic and the monomer sets. It all plays a part. So 45-degree angle down to make it wide. Then turn your brush to the side to make that middle line all the way as far as you can take it, all the way up. And then you just push those two sides towards the center to make it look, you can even make it wider if you want. And then do the indentations. This flower is a little bit more challenging because of where it is. It's literally giving my hand some cramps. Okay, so the way I like to do my flowers, again, I like to do the top and the bottom, whatever you want to call it. Then I do the middle one, and oh my god, my hand is cramping. I'm so sorry. And then I do the other two sides. Give me 1 second. Like, I'm having some really bad cramps right now. Yes, shout out to everyone who's here. Now I'm gonna do the middle petal. I'm gonna wait for it to start setting. It's gonna look less shiny. Let me try to get a little bit closer to you guys. Can you see okay? I can't see because the lights are so bright. I can't see what I'm showing you. I'm gonna push down to make it wide. Then I'm gonna turn my brush to the side and do that line in the middle as far as I can take it. And then I'm gonna push those two sides towards the center. And then I'm gonna go in with my X-Acto knife and I'm going to make the indentations in the middle. And then I have space to do the other two, so it's gonna look more like symmetrical. I don't know how to call it. It's gonna look better. Now when you get to this part, you can easily pick up two beads and place them, because obviously you have a few seconds to, you know, form the petal itself. And then as this one is setting, as I was picking up this bead, this one was already setting. So now when I start working on this one is going to start setting. So it's going to be a little bit faster. So I'm going to push down again. Then I'm going to do that line all the way as far as I can take it. And then I'm going to push those two tips in the middle to make it look like a petal. Same thing with this one. Push 45-degree angle, push down straight, do the line in the middle as far as I can take it. And then I push those two tips to the side, to the center. And then I can go in and create the indentations on each petal. Okay, so that looks somewhat decent, right? What do you think? Do you think it looks cool? We're not done with the flowers yet. We're going to do something else, but we're going to hold off to that in a few minutes. I want to do some bling application first, and because I'm going to do some bling application, I need to take out the bling box again with the rhinestones that I'm going to be using, which obviously are going to be these same ones. This is the bling gel that I'm going to use. It's from LGNPRO. I 100% recommend it. I've used that gel for years. And their rhinestones too, and they're really, really good. They're very, very beautiful. Let me see if I can find some embellishments or charms to add. Let me see. Because I have several charms here, but I don't know. This is like an dark angel. Maybe that one. Let me find some, excuse me, let me find some embellishments. Oh, the spikes. I almost forgot the spikes. We need to have spikes. Okay. We're going to use some of these. And probably this. I'm just putting aside some things that I might use. Aside from the spikes. I've always liked silver because silver goes very well with but the problem is that for some weird reason, after a while, the silvers kind of turn even without using them. I'm looking into my silvers right now and they look like they're turning a grayish color, and I don't like that. Anyways, let's see what happens. I'm going to, I'm sorry, I'm not reading. Yeah, shout out to everyone who's in here. Don't forget to hit that like button, everybody. Let's do some bling on this middle finger. Oh my God, now I can't open this. Thank you so much for everyone who has stayed this long. So the bling is going to go in the middle finger, and that's where I'm going to apply the gel. This is a non-white gel, by the way. This non-white gel is freaking awesome. Let me cover it up so it doesn't cure by itself. Okay. Now this is going to be kind of like a freestyle. I'm just going to start grabbing rhinestones and stuff and just applying them to the nail. So I'm not going to be looking at the chat. Let me take this off so that I can use some spikes. Okay, so let's just start with this one here. Hopefully you guys are able to see what I'm doing. And I'm also very quiet when I'm doing my, my bling application because I'm like trying to inspire myself a little bit. And that's how I concentrate pretty much. I'm literally freestyling this as best as I can. Doesn't want to sit still. What do you guys think? Think it looks pretty good. Thank you. Spikes, just like that, spikes. Now everybody wants spikes. Thank you so much for everyone who keeps, being here with me. I appreciate you very much. Very, 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 very much. I just had this set in mind, and I'm like, I want to do it as a set, but I miss being live because I enjoy, our conversations and our time together. So I was like, I want to go live. I wish I could do this more often, seriously. So if anybody feels inspired and wants to recreate the set, please do, and share some pictures with me. I would love to see it. That would be the greatest thing ever. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Ooh, pretty. So now we have the flowers, the bling. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of bling here so it's not so empty. And then I'm gonna do some bling here and a flower, a small flower. So it's gonna be really quick, okay? We're almost done. So thank you. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Of course, I'm gonna use some spikes here because spikes is a thing, baby. We need some spikes. A good goth set always has spikes. At least for me. And I'm really, really, really in the mood for spikes lately. Like goth sets. I don't know what it is. I'm going to put 2 tiny rhinestones down here. And we flash cure it real quick. I'm sorry if I wasn't on frame. I'm so sorry, you guys. Yep, that's usually how long I take. 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Courtney's like, who needs sleep anyways? I love her. Okay, that was a flash cure. And then we're going to put some rhinestones in the thumb. And then I'm going to do a flower or half a flower. Let's see how this goes. Okay. So you go in the middle. And I'm going to use you here. And you're going to go here. Look at me talking to the freaking rhinestones. I'm crazy, I know. Let me flash cure this real quick. Hey, I started early. We're just going to do one flower here and we're done. I promise. I'm not going to keep you up any longer. So no more spikes, no more rhinestones, just some flowers and some oil and we'll be done. Let me just put some of this stuff away. Because if you guys see the mess that I have on my desk right now. Ooh, you will literally run away. I want to run away. Let me put this where it goes. So yeah, if you feel inspired by this set and you want to recreate it, please do. I do not mind. In fact, I encourage it. I would love to see pictures of your sets. And yeah, this is why I do this. I don't do this to then tell people, oh, you're copying me. No, I see it as inspiration. I was able to inspire you, and that alone is exactly the reason why I do YouTube videos, because I like to inspire people. So we're going to leave that to sit there for a few seconds. Thank you so much, Cordy. You're awesome. I love having you guys. You guys have no idea how much I needed this live. I needed it very, very, very much. My bestie knows how much I needed it. So I'm very grateful that you guys decided to come today and spend this time with me. Technically, I was supposed to go live earlier, but my nap turned into a full-blown sleep. See, that's the problem. If you try to cut it when it's too wet, it's not going to cut properly. So I'm just going to leave it alone. And then I'm just going to make 2 smaller petals. Here. And here. What do you guys think of this set so far? If you like this set, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Ooh. Let me cure that gel a little bit more. Before I put some oil, I have a feeling that that gel did not fully cured. But I am more than grateful to have you here today. Thank you for everyone who liked this live. Thank you for everyone who participated in the live. Thank you for everyone who stayed from the beginning. You guys are my VIP. I'm very grateful. And I have to say that for a last minute acrylic, it didn't look too bad. Let me take out my oil. So you guys know this is my oil. I love it. It's from Miss Acrylics or Miss Sugar Clips. Oh my god. It's hard to do things with just one hand. Let's start creating some beautiful goth sets, people. Hit that like if you like this set. If you enjoyed today's live, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. What do you guys think? And I didn't even clean the rhinestones like I should have. Haha. It's alright. See the black on the sides? The purple in the middle with the rhinestones. The spikes in the pinky. The flower on the thumbnail. Hi, Alice. Shout out to Alice. Thank you so much for being here. I absolutely love this set. I am very, very proud of this set. Thank you so much for being here with me today, you guys. Oh my God, I needed this so bad, and you guys are amazing. Honestly, you guys stayed here the entire time. I hope that you guys learned something from this set today and apply it to your own sets. If you do, don't forget to share pictures. I would love to see your sets. But anyways, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you all. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, night, or whatever time it is where you're at this moment. Don't forget to hit that like, comment after the live, and let me know your thoughts so other people can read the comments, and then just click on the live itself. I'm just going to take some pictures, and yeah, I'll probably do a short video on this set to promote this live so people can come in and watch how I did this. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you. Have a great rest of your night. Hi, Nats. Thank you so much for joining, love. No worries. No worries. At least you got to see the finished result. I was in the mood for some goth nails, so that's what I did. I've been here for 2.5 hours, so yeah. I'm sure people are tired right now. So thank you so much for joining. And I hope you like this set. And if you want to rewatch it and see how I made this beautiful set, you can go ahead and do so. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your evening. I love you, besties. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here with me today. I really needed this, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. So, have a good night. Love you. Bye.